Pat back from Colorado Powersports Rentals of Colorado Springs. I'm back to show you today how to actually unload your ATV or your Razor 2 or 4 that you have rented from us. In my last video, I showed you how to undo the straps, how to undo the ramps. Today we're actually going to unload these vehicles for you. First thing you want to do is you want to double check and make sure that your straps are free from the vehicle. The back part is already free. The front I don't think is. So what we'll do is remove that, pull your strap out, and place it safely in your pull vehicle. Okay. Once that's done, I want folks to take notice that for staging purposes for this video, we have the tires away from the rail. Most of the time, for safety of pulling a vehicle, they will be touching the rail. What you'll do in order to get your ramps hooked to the side rail so you can remove your machine is you will come up to your machine, make sure the safety handbrake is on your gear shift. You can turn your key, look on your speedometer as well, and you'll make sure that you pull it back into neutral. Once it's in neutral, you can easily just slide that machine backwards and you will be able to then hook your rails to the side rail. Okay, now the actual removal. What you want to do is you want to make sure that even before you turn your machine on, that you have your two-wheel all-wheel drive button slide to the position of all-wheel drive. Very important. Start your machine. Put your hand on the brake. Put your machine in low. And the same as when you're going to load, you want to apply even steady pressure to the gas. Also work your brake with your hand at the same time. Simple as that. Remember, keep your drive button away from two-wheel to all-wheel drive, and keep your gear shifter in low when unloading or loading. Now, let's move the ramps over to the other back part of the trailer and remove the Razor 2. This particular machine is actually 60 inches wide. So, we'll space your ramps accordingly to the size of the machine. Yes, there are smaller Razors. There are 50-inch as well. Okay, folks, again, as we discussed with the ATV, make sure that all of your straps are undone and clear of the vehicle. Okay, a quick pull on the yellow release, push back, pull forward, and your straps are done. Again, I recommend simply placing them in your pull vehicle. Okay, the Razor 2s and Razor 4s, I add an extra safety feature when loading your equipment. Take the safety net down. Okay. One thing that we're going to do different here, you can't do it on the ATV, is you're going to wear your seatbelt. Remember, folks, safety first always. Okay, folks, as always, foot must be on the brake to start any Razor 2 or 4. Again, if we can take a look up here, you've seen this before in one of my videos. You have two-wheel drive down here, four-wheel drive is up top. Two-wheel when you're on the ground riding, four-wheel drive when you're unloading and loading. So, here we go. We're in four-wheel drive, put it in reverse, gradually give the vehicle some gas. Come back easy. Make sure you're lined up. Again, just like the ATV, you want it to be slow and steady. Okay, once your machine is off, turn it off, come back, and we'll put the ramps on. As a matter of fact, let's show you how to put these ramps on right now. I'll show you the front first. You'll notice the two brackets that you will slide the ramp into. Once you slide it in, the front one, the peg or bolt goes in the top holes. Simply take the pin, insert it in the hole, hold it down. Okay? Now, if you'll notice on the other side, on some trailers, it doesn't quite fit. Reason for that is you'll notice the ramp rests on the spare tire. So all you need to do is push down while holding it down. Do the same thing, insert the pin and fold the ring down. Okay, so after you load your equipment, that's what you'll do. Talking about unloading the equipment, why don't we go through that right now? Why don't I load them back up for you? I know it's been a long day, you're tired, you're hungry, you're dirty, but you had fun. So, we'll undo the pins by flipping up that ring and pulling it out of the slot. You'll already have the machine staged at the back of your trailer, so just line the ramps up with the wheels of your machine. Okay. Again, safety first. I'm going to get in the machine. Before I even start the engine, I'm going to put my seat belt on. Okay, start the machine. Once again, foot on the brake, turn the key to the right. Okay, we unloaded in four-wheel drive. In reverse, we're going to load it in four-wheel drive and in low. Once again, we need simple, steady speed limit when loading. Very important. If you need to, feel free to put it in reverse, get a feel for it, stop the machine, put it in low, slow, steady, and easy. What you want to do is, as you noticed, I pulled right up to the rail. You'll do that whether you're on a single machine trailer or if you're on a multiple machine trailer like we're using today. It's very important that your front wheels do, again, touch that front rail. Okay, now let's show you how we'll do the ATV. Okay, remove your ramp from the back. Line it up. Keep in mind that your ATV is 48 inches, 4 feet. Make sure you give yourself enough room. Yes, this trailer has plenty enough room for both machines. Okay. Just bear with me while I turn this machine around. Never unload your ATV. Some people do, but they shouldn't. Never ever unload it backwards or load it backwards, in reverse. Always go forward. Very important. Remember folks, safety first all the time. Put it in park, keep it running. I always like to put the safety handbrake on because I'm going to be going in front of the machine to make sure that my ramps are lined up with my wheels. Also, if you can, judge to make sure you have enough room for your machine behind the Razor 2 and so it does not hang off the back of the trailer. Once again folks, it's all a matter of using your handbrake and your throttle slow and steady. Now it may seem a little weird that we're going to go uphill and go over the side of the rail, but if you take your time, go slow, keep it in all-wheel drive, low, use your handbrake and your gas at the same time, you'll have no problem. Again, slow and steady. And you're in. Once you're in, put on your safety handbrake again, pull your lever back to reverse. Okay, so you've already seen how to hook up the front ramp. I'll show you how to do the back ramp. Now, the back ramp is a little bit different than the front. Yes, it also has guides on the frame for it to rest in. But unlike the front, they go in the back holes. Okay, again, simply take the pin, insert it in the hole in the bolt, push the ring down, that locks it in place. One other thing I want to show you folks when you are loading your ramps onto the trailer, when you pick it up, you're going to notice the part that hooks onto the trailer. Maybe we get a top view here, you'll see how this bends away from the frame. Bends away from the frame versus bending in this way. Reason for that, if you do put it on the opposite direction with this facing that way, it's going to be too tight. It's going to, against that pin, eventually break that pin, which will break that pin, you'll lose a ramp, and unfortunately we'd have to go into your deductible, and we don't want to do that. Okay, last thing we're going to do today is we're going to strap them down. Show you right here how to do first the Razor 2. Make sure your ratchet, pull up, make sure it's straight, pull out any excess slack you have in there. If it's too tight, sometimes it is, grab both, put that hook, this hook that's on the ratchet, on the frame of the trailer, grab both, give a tug, and it's free to go. Okay, once again, keep your ratchet straight. Now, we're going to get a tight shot of where we're going to hook that up, which is in the frame right under here. What we're going to do first though, folks, that's the front frame, of course, the back frame. We're going to go from the back frame. What we want to do to make sure these tires are up against this rail, we're going to go from the back to the front first. Again, I think we can get a tight shot of the two holes. We're going to go in the first hole, pull this straight as we can, pull out your slack, hook it on the side of the trailer in the hooking area, pull your slack, with your finger, pull up the lever, and start ratcheting. People, if you don't know how or you've never used a ratchet, we'll show you when you pick up your machine. If we shouldn't please don't be embarrassed. If you've never used one, just ask. We'll show you how to use it. Very important for you, because we don't want any damage done to you first and foremost, and to the machine. Find a spot you can secure your loose end of the strap to. Simple, simple, simple. Knots. Pull it tight. 2, 3. If you have enough, you can do an extra knot if you want to. We'll repeat the process going from the front frame to the back. Again, you can either hook it on the bed of the trailer, there's supports, or on the side. Okay, so that's how you would do that. Next thing we're going to do is we'll do an ATV. ATVs are a little bit different, a little trickier. Okay, when strapping the ATV, what you want to do is take your hook side and give yourself plenty enough length. Okay, you're going to come up underneath the machine, and this could be tricky but fun. Make a game out of it. Take it and try and get it clear through to the other side, just like that. If you should fall short, you're going to have to crawl under and get it. So what you'll do is you'll hook the other side first. Right here is a hitch. It's a smaller hitch than we used to, but yes, with ATVs, Razor 2s and 4s, you can pull small tractors. Okay, that's where you're going to hook. Right in the holes on the sides of the hitch. Once that's done, as with the Razor 2, you'll come and you'll top strap, pull your slack out. As you're doing that, you're hooking here, pull up on your yellow handle or release button, and simply ratchet. Ratchet until it's good and tight, sort of like strings on a guitar. Then, what I recommend, take your loose end up through the toe. That's the toe hook. And again, secure by tying a series of knots. Folks, there you are. Loading and unloading made simple. If you have any questions, feel free to call me at 719-282-1255. Thank you and happy riding.